The last question, number 9. Find the missing dimensions of the triangle below. Round the answers to the nearest whole number. So each one of these, even on a test tomorrow, you're going to round each one of your answers to the nearest whole number. So number 9 gives you that triangle there. So we're going to recopy that triangle on our paper and then go from there and finish it out. So we have this going on, that, and this comes here. We have letter D, letter E, F, which means here, so we get that, we have 138, and we have 20. So that means this is side F, this is side E. And so what we need to do is find, and also, the angle A, F, angle F. So we need to find angle F, big F, side F, and side E. So we need to find each one of those. Now here, if we look at it, they gave us 2 angles in the side. So if they give us 2 angles in the side, do we use law of sines or law of cosines? And again, for this test, you have to know that. So that means you have to study until you have that in your head. Because there's 2 types for law of sines, there's 2 types for law of cosines. You must study them and know them. So here, if we have 2 angles in the side, you should realize that this is dealing with the law of sines. And the first thing to do, since they gave us 2 angles, we need to add them. We need to find that 3rd angle. So we know here, we said A plus B plus C equals 180. If you go in alphabetical order again, D, E, and F, that works the same way. That's the same thing. D, E, and F add up together to be 180 degrees. So here, E is 138. D is 20. So if we add those 2 together, first off, add these 2 together, that's 158 plus F equals 180. All right, and then if we subtract that 158 from 180, that gives us the answer of 22 degrees. So angle F is 22 degrees. Okay, so now using the other things, and if you want to, you can change these over and say this is A, B, and C. But when it comes to your final answer, make sure you give me F, F, and E, not A, B, and C. So here, let's go and deal with our side F, just to do it. Because we know our side D's are, the angle and the side D are here. And we have angle F that we just found, so we can find side F. So let's go and do that part. So we do here. And again, this works the same way whether you do ABC or EFG or DEF or anything of that sort. They work the same way. So fill everything in. We fill it in again. And that is 22. Inside F, we don't know. And again, don't make up stuff. Don't skip steps if you're lost on this. Follow every single step correctly. So that means here we need to cross multiply. So it gives us F sine 20 equals 8 sine 22. And then get F by itself. We divide by sine 20. Make sure on the test tomorrow that I see what you put into the calculator. Don't just give me like this part up here and then say, well, I got this answer. Make sure I see this part. I must see this part. And when you put that into the calculator, you get an answer of approximately 9. It's like 8 point something. I think 8.6 something, but it goes up to, it's approximately 9. And here there are no units, so you don't put 9 inches or anything of that sort. There are no units, so you don't do that. Okay, so that means we're taking care of F. We're taking big F, we're taking care of little f. Now we need to find little e. And so here, let's do the law of sines one more time. And let's find e. And again, with this, just because it's E's and D's and F's, doesn't mean it changes what we talked about with A, B, and C. It's the exact same thing. So stop using the excuse of, oh, it changed, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so confused, I'm lost. No. A, B, and C is the same thing as D, E, and F. They work the exact same way. The D's go together, the E's go together, and the F's go together. So here, our D's, and our E's, again, cross multiply, and then we divide by sine 20, so we can get e by itself. And again, once we get this as a fraction, we put it into the calculator and get a final answer. And when you put this into the calculator, you get approximately 16. Sorry, 16. So that means we've taken care of each and every one of these. Again, remember, whenever they give you a unit, make sure you put the unit behind it. Don't make up one if there's not one. Also, remember, if you're trying to find an angle from any of these parts here, like using the law of sines or law of cosines, you have to use the inverse. Again, if they give you 2 angles, just add them up and subtract from 180 to get the third angle. But if they only give you 1 angle, you must use the law of sines, law of cosines, but you must do the inverse. All right, so that is it. That's your study guide. Make sure you understand what's going on because your test is coming up very shortly.